Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here in TKMaths is 1. In today's video, we will continue to learn trigonometry sketching from different past paper questions. So the link of the other videos you can see in the description below. So here is the question. Y is equals to P sine Q theta plus R. So things are unknown. You have to find out P, Q and R, which are constant. And you have to give the value of P, Q and R seeing the graph. So what comes in your mind when you see from here? There are a few things you need to recall. And what are those? When we have a general equation A sine bx plus c, for example, or if it is A cos bx plus c, you must remember a few things. This number here always gives you amplitude. And what is amplitude? In the sketch of sine x, this line is called axis of the curve, right? Axis of the curve, right? This line is called axis of the curve. This is your maximum point, value or point. This is your minimum. This distance between axis of the curve and maximum value or between axis of the curve and minimum value is called amplitude, right? So this C is my axis of the curve, which is here. And this tells you how many cycles you will have within 360 because the cycle period of sine is 0 to 360. So let's start one by one. This graph is sine because it is obvious from the equation, trigonometric equation, and from the sketch also. So which line is axis of the curve, above which and below which the height of the maximum minimum point is the same? So it is obvious it is this point, right? You can see it is 3 unit up and 3 unit down. So which is this line? This line here is y is equals to minus 2, right? So C will be minus 2, agreed? Then what is this distance? 3 unit, na? Minus 2 to 1 you are going, it is 1, 2, 3 unit. So A will be 3. What about B? How will you calculate B? I will show you everything written neatly underneath, but first of all, I'm explaining it to you. So we know that the cycle period of sine is 360. So if I divide 360 by the number given here, I get one complete cycle. Right now, the one complete cycle is from here till here. And this is what? 4 pi. So it means my answer will be 4 pi. Sorry, I should not write 360 here. I should write here 2 pi because we are talking in terms of radian. Seeing the radian written on the x-axis. So if I see and solve it, then it is b is equals to 2 pi upon 4 pi. So b is equals to half. So this is how you will get the value of b also. So now I have written things neatly here. So let me show it to you. And if you want to make a note of it, you can. Okay. Let me just clean this space a bit. Okay. So here I have drawn the line neatly, the pink line, which is axis of the curve, this line. And this distance, the green one is showing you amplitude, right? So, and how you will calculate Q, I have told you. So this is how you will calculate Q, P sine, yes, Q theta, okay? And in the end, you will write down the final values in one go, neatly. Okay, what is your A, what is your R, P and Q. So I hope it is clear to you. Now let's see one more question. So I'm trying to make short videos, so I will take only 2 questions in this video and then the next video. Okay, so the question is given to you here. At the glance, I can see there are 2 cycles because 2 pi mean it's 360, right? So cos graph in actual y is equals to cos x. We know this. We have to recall this. The complete cycle occurs in 0 to 2 pi. Right now, there are 2 cycles. You can see from here till here and then from here till here. So I have 2 cycles here. So what information I'm getting here? First part of the question is saying find out the values, positive integers of ABC. So what is your axis of the curve here? Tell me, what do you see exactly above it and below it? The values are at the same distance. What do you say? If you don't know, how will you calculate? The maximum value is 8, minimum value is -2, and axis of the curve is midway, right? So what you can do, you can add those two values, 8 and -2, and divide it by 2, right? You can add 8 and -2 and divide it by 2. This is the way we find out the mid value. So I got my axis of the curve is 3. It means C is 3, right? You have found one value. Then you have to find out A. A is the amplitude, and amplitude is the distance between axis of the curve and maximum point or minimum point. So now 8 minus 3 is 5, or you can do 3 minus -2, which will be 5 also, same thing. Or you can count from the sketch. You don't need to show the working here. After that, now I have to find out B. So what did I tell you? The concept is within 2 pi, you are dividing it by what to get pi. Pi is telling me one complete cycle, right? So I'm doing 2 pi divided by B is equals to pi, so B is 2. And secondly, you don't need to do this working. It is obvious, just seeing the graph. If the cycle period is 2 within 2 pi, then it is 2x straight away, right? You don't need to do anything. Okay, now just a minute, let me clean this place. Okay, so now you will write down neatly the values of A, B and C here. Sorry, this A is 5. Okay, this is 5 because this is the distance between axis of the curve and the maximum value. Now the other two part of the questions. So you have to find out here number of solutions. It means you will see, because this you have just finished sketching. I mean, not you, it is given to you in the question. So basically you have to sketch this line and you will see at how many places it is intersecting the given curve. Those will be your number of solutions. Similarly, in part B, this is given to you and you will sketch this. So let's see one by one both the parts. First part. Now, if you see here, this sketch, this is already given to you. So we will consider this as y is equals to, right? I can see this is a linear equation. 6 over pi is a constant. So I will say let y is equals to 6 pi over 6. And because there is no number here, where? Here, it means my axis of the curve, sorry, my y-intercept is 0. Reason is, if we recall this is your y-intercept. Agreed? So right now there is nothing, it means it will pass through origin. I just need to find out one more point so that I can get the direction of the line, and I sketch it and see at how many places it will intersect. So now I am substituting here pi. What is the reason? Because on the x-axis right now we have radian written, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, things like that. So when you plug in here pi in place of x, it will become what? 6. Why? Because pi will cancel out. So your point will be pi, 6. So this point you will plot there and then you will draw the line. Okay. So see here, I have drawn the line here. So this is my origin and this is pi and this is 6. So this is another point and you draw it. So how many solutions do you get? 1, 2, 3. So this equation will give you 3 solutions. So you just need to mention it clearly in the exam paper. Okay, there are 3 solutions. Now let's see the next one. If I just rearrange it, I'm talking about this part. Okay. So again you will say let y is equals to this and you need to plug in values here. Now if you match it with y is equals to mx plus c, right? So it is y is equals to minus 6 pi over x plus 6. So this is already your y-axis intercept. So I have written one point here without working out. For the second point, I have taken x pi, right? When I take that pi, so it will be 6 minus 6 is 0, right? So my values will be pi comma 0. Sorry, I have written it wrong here. Okay, so pi comma 0. So I got my 2 points and I will sketch them and then I will join them to get the line. So here are the points 0 comma 6 and pi comma 0. So at how many places it is intersecting the actual graph? 1 and 2. So number of solutions, because this means this graph and this line is intersecting at how many places? That will give me number of solutions. So solution is 2. Absolutely right. So I hope you understood it. Thank you very much for watching. Please press like and subscribe button and share it with your friends.